Hey, what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with the newest Clash Royale card, the Royal Delivery. The Royal Delivery can only be placed on your side of the map, so I think it's only going to be good with siege decks. Whether it's going to be Xbow or Mortar, I think it will be really strong once it gets a buff. Its load time is like a rocket, and it's really good against Sparky decks, and it's pretty good against Bridge Spam decks too. I can't wait to go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with this new Royal Delivery Xbow deck. And we're going to be giving away 10 P.E.K.K.A emotes today. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment down below your hashtag. If you guys don't know what your player hashtag is, it's right below your name. As you guys can see, my name TagTM, and below it, that's my player hashtag. So subscribe to the channel and comment down below with your player hashtag, and I'll pick out 10 of you guys to get the new P.E.K.K.A emote. And if you're not already, consider supporting the channel by using creator code SirTag in any Supercell game. It supports the channel, it allows me to spend more time on videos, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go for an Ice Spirit to open up the game. We're gonna see what's up, we're gonna see what's good, and this guy is not dropping anything. Then he goes in for a Knight. We're just going to go for an Xbow. Let's go for Skellies as well, because he's probably going to drop something right in back of it, try to lock onto our Xbow. I can log, I can hit the Bar Barrel, I can hit the Knight, and I can hit the Ice Wizard, so then it retargets. So we don't really do that great of a trade here, but it's fine. I'm going to Ice Spirit on top of the Ice Wizard so it gets 0 damage on our tower. And I'll see what he's got. I mean, Bar Barrel, Knight, Ice Wizard, probably going to be Graveyard guys, right? So against Graveyard, our best bet is just to stack Teslas and play pretty aggressive in most situations. So he's not going to have Bar Barrel back in cycle immediately, so we can go in for probably a Tesla since he's going to go in for a Baby Dragon same lane. Yeah, he's going to have to just poison us out. That feels bad for him. I can go for an Ice Golem, and then I can keep the Tesla alive, make sure that the Knight and the Baby Dragon are not allowed to lock onto our Sacred Shrine. Our Tesla is staying alive, man. The power plant is real, and we get so much damage. That is the start that we love to see. I'm going to go for archers really close to our king tower, just because if he wants to go for a poison or whatever, then it's harder for him to actually hit all of the archers really quickly. Sometimes they'll even activate king tower because they're really scared. And yeah, it's just super funny. So I can go for maybe a defensive Xbow if I want to, but he's going to Bar Barrel here. We'll go for a skeleton surround on top of the barbarian. And then, oh, he's going to have Barb Hut. Wow. I don't actually have a direct source of damage against this, unfortunately, but we can go for skeletons on the Bar Barrel, as I talked about before. Notice how it hit the skeletons instead of the Xbow immediately. One of the skeletons died because the Bar Barrel targeted that. So if you hit the timing correctly, you get a lot more value. He's probably going to Baby Dragon here, so I'm going to go Ice Golem, go in for archers. Hopefully he poisons, so then we can get an Xbow on the other side, because that's the lane that we actually want to win on. We don't really care about the damage on the left at all. He just got baited. So one of the best things that you can do as an Xbow player, bait your opponent to spend all of their elixir on one Xbow, then go for another Xbow, and they won't have elixir for it. And you traditionally do it in the opposite lane, and what happens is if they go in for double spells, like let's say they poison an Xbow that's like half HP, they're not going to have an answer to the other one. So I can just stack Xbows here. He's going for a tower that is full HP, so there is no chance in heck of this guy winning. We're just going to go for the Royal Delivery. Look how long that takes, man. So we didn't use it the entire game here. I know that's kind of a meme. It's like a Royal Delivery deck, but we only used it once, and we've already won the game. However, this isn't really a matchup that I would use it in. I would use it more in Bridge Spam matchups, not against Graveyard, where it's all direct damage with Bar Barrels and poisons to eliminate our Xbow. GG, well played, and peace out, man. Pleasure playing against you and asserting dominance. Let's move on to the next one, and let's keep winning. So to go for an Ice Spirit to open up this game, we're going to see what's up. We see skeletons, so I'm going to go and cycle an Ice Golem. I have to go for an Ice Golem in the middle, because he could Xbow in the opposite lane, and then he could get a connection. But if I drop Ice Golem there, we will be able to body block for any Xbow. So very important to drop it in the middle if you are forced to cycle your Ice Golem. We're going to go for archers as well. And it looks like he's got Golem, guys. So we saw Zap, we saw Log, and we should be able to kill the bats. I'm thinking with that little archer alive, maybe we can get an Ice Spirit in front of it and tank for it, get even more value. Okay, so Royal Delivery takes way too long to drop, so I can't actually drop it on top of the ELIXIR Wizard, especially when I get a +1 elixir trade with the Ice Golem. I'm looking for utilizations of the Royal Delivery, I promise, guys, but that just wasn't it. That wasn't it, Chief. I'm hoping that he goes in for like a Minion Horde Sparky, and I can show you guys the true power of the Royal Delivery, but we have not gotten it yet, so I'm going to go for archers in the back, and he's going to go pump. Well, I really wish I had Fireball here, but alas, we have the Royal Delivery, so I can't damage that. I have to go all in. I have to actually make an Xbow play when I would traditionally just Fireball that and play more safe. We could get a connection here, but if he was better, I think what he would have done, let the tower go, and then go in for a Golem in the back, and then try to make a huge push after that. So this is really good for us because he's overcommitting, but usually you want to have Fireball, and you want to Fireball the Collector, and you don't want to go in for an Xbow when that happens, because it's going to be harder to defend if he makes an all-in push on the other side. So I was forced to do that because I did not have a big spell. If I had log, I might have actually been better off just logging that and play passive, but he's going to go, okay, yeah, we literally have to log this. That's my play, guys. I have to log that and play defensive. So I'll show you guys what you're supposed to do when you have an Elixir deficit. You go for an Xbow on defense. You try your best to defend the Golem by cycling a Tesla really early and getting back into another one. Cycle our archers off to the side in case he's got poison. So he's probably going to poison the right. I don't even know if he's got poison because he's got Elixir Collector. So they usually never have lightning when they have Elixir Collector. It's just too much. We're going to go for the Royal Delivery here. Let's see how it works, guys. All right? Let's see how good it is. So we bounce everything back. We can get a Tesla in the middle. Then we can go for Ice Spirit. But yeah, as you guys saw, we were actually able to pull everything significantly because we went in for the defensive Xbow there. A lot of people don't do that, but it is super underrated. If you have to cycle a card, I would highly recommend you guys doing that if you need to. And we're able to just stack Teslas because we have a little bit of a power plant going on. Going for skeletons here. Going for another Royal Delivery for the memes. Not because we need to. I could have easily went in for an Ice Golem. But the Royal Delivery just takes so long, dude. They need to buff that. If there was one thing that I think they need to buff, not make it go on the other side of the map, buff it so it's not literally like a rocket spawn time. Let me know if you guys feel a similar way or what way you would buff it, or if you wouldn't buff it at all. I'm gonna go for skeletons here. We're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what's good. This guy goes in for Spear Goblins. So when we see Spear Goblins, I'm thinking it could be a Mortar deck or a Mega Knight deck. So against those two decks, I really just want to play defensive right now until we can figure out exactly how aggressive this guy's gonna be. Sometimes people are super feisty, they spam you, and if you go in for an Xbow, sometimes you can just get cordially greeted by a Mega Knight. Wow! This is what we wanted to see, guys. Let's go, baby! The Royal Delivery in action against the Sparky. So this is what we were hoping for, and it is going to be so superb. It's going to have a Royal Recruit. It's going to be able to soak up a lot of damage, and it's going to be able to tank. So I'm excited. I'm actually psyched for this one, Chief. I'm going to go in for the Royal Delivery here. I'm going to go in for the Skeletons immediately after. We'll go in for our Archers, and even if he zaps, it doesn't matter. Look at that. That's clean, guys. Even though I didn't have Tesla in cycle because I cycled it early because I thought he would have Mega Knight. Still worked out really well. I can go for an Xbow because we have double Xbows on the map. I can Ice Spirit, so then the Sparky connects to that, and then it just dies. I don't actually have to spend any Elixir because he's probably going to go for a Goblin Giant and we'll Tesla it. Okay, he's going to Fireball instead. All right. I just wanted to save Elixir in case he Goblin Gianted, so I ate that knowing that I would get more damage from the left-hand side. So that was really good. Royal Delivery is super, super good against Sparky. So that is the big use case for it. Let's go, baby. Let's win this game. Go for Skellies in the back, and we'll go and split Archers. I could also drop Archers all in the same lane, but I think he might go in for a Sparky in the left, so I don't know. We could probably outcycle the Sparky, because last time he used the Sparky to counter our Xbow, so he doesn't have it in cycle right now. He's gonna have Goblin Giant. We could go in for a Tesla to kill it really quickly, because we have Skeletons, we have a lot on the map. I want to log, but I want to log and be able to hit everything. We have to wait a couple seconds, because if you didn't know, the Goblin Giant Spear Goblins don't immediately pop out. They're not immediately birthed by the Goblin Giant, guys. So if you log and you kill the Goblin Giant with a log, the Spear Goblins don't die like the Skeletons die from a tombstone. So it's unfortunate, but there is a little bit of a delay. It's kind of OP. Not gonna lie. So we can go for an Xbow again. Pretty important to do that and space everything out. We can go for Royal Delivery if we need to. But yeah, I think that we're in a really good spot. So we're gonna go for our Tesla. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for the Royal Delivery now. He is spamming way too hard, and look at that, guys. It's gonna go and kill the bats too. He is absolutely destroyed mentally right now. What would you do if your entire push just died to a 3 Elixir cost card? So it is really, really good against Sparky. Like, if there's one card I want in my deck against Sparky, it would be the Royal Delivery Service. However, it's not the best against other decks, but it is so dang good against Sparky. GG, well played, and peace out. This is the hardest counter to Sparky that Clash Royale could have ever created. There is no way to stop it. Even if you go for like a mini P.E.K.K.A to counter it, it's just like not going to work. Traditionally, people will spam the river with either minion hordes or going for mini P.E.K.K.As or Skarmy to counter whatever you're going to be placing on top of their Sparky. But obviously, that doesn't work when you have the area effect damage of the Royal Delivery. So we got a game here. This guy's going to go for Goblins. We're just going to go in for Skeletons off to the side to deny all damage. No hits from those Goblins today, sir. +1 elixir trade. We're going to go in for a Ice Golem because it's not going to be an Xbow deck. We can actually drop that farther in the back. Ice Spirit will die to our tower before it locks onto anything, right? Okay. I was like, wait, it's turning towards Ice Golem. Oh, no. So, Goblins. This is going to be Rocket Cycle with Hog Rider, probably. So, if he's going to do that, I'm just not going to spend any extra elixir. Not going to drop Skeletons in front, right? As soon as we see Executioner with Goblins, it's either going to be Balloon or it's going to be Hog Rider. But usually, Balloon is typically going to be running the variation that I would say doesn't have goblins. It's gonna have skeletons, right? It's gonna go Ice Spirit here. The Royal Recruit will be able to evaporate that Executioner. I had to drop my Tesla in a funky spot because I figured that the Royal Delivery might actually bounce it closer to our towers. So that timing is really weird. It's not something that I'm used to yet. So hopefully I get used to it soon because I don't know. I kind of like the concept of the card. I hope it gets buffed. I'm gonna go in for Skellies here just so that the Ice Spirit doesn't connect. And the best way to play this matchup is just keep going in for Xbows, because if you think about it, he's going to have to spend a lot of elixir. He's going to rocket this maybe. And if he tries to defend, well, we can go in for a Tesla. And if he tries to Hog Rider opposite lane, then we can just Skeletons on it. And there's going to be a lot of elixir for him. If he goes in for Goblins, we just log them. Otherwise, he's going for a Hog Rider, and we can log that as well. Going for an Ice Spirit. Oh my gosh. That timing with the log, baby. I was just like, you know what? I want to knock it back so we get extra damage. But we got so much value. That was insane, baby. So that was not a prediction, but we'll call it a prediction. Okay, guys? Just to make me seem a little bit better than I actually am. That was something that I was just content getting one extra hit with the Xbow. Or not one extra hit, a whole bunch of extra hits with Xbow by decreasing the amount of value that the Hog Rider was going to get. It would take way longer for it to finish it off by logging. You can also fireball back the Hog Rider, which a lot of really good players do as well. And I've seen Ian do that. I've seen every single top Expo player do that, especially with log, just to get more damage with their Hog Rider. When I don't have fireball, I think I need to do that just so I can get more damage with my Expo connections. I have to make the most of it. So this deck is way more aggressive, I would say, because we have no fireball. We can't really rely on the spell cycle. He's going to rocket. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what our Expo HP is, so he was forced to rocket it because he was just down so much elixir. He didn't have a good card cycle right into a Tesla. Tesla goes underground to hibernate part 2. We can go Ice Golem here, so, oh man. He actually messed up my timing there. Very well played, my dude. I wonder how this works against Hog Rider, how good the Royal Delivery is against it. That's actually pretty good. I had all but one hit. So I can just log here. Little does he know that I don't have Fireball. I guess he doesn't know yet, right? I'm going to go for another Expo. He might rocket. We'll see. I just want to go in for an Ice Golem if he doesn't. Yep, good stuff. Just holding the last possible second is so important, guys. I can't stress that enough. So we can go for a Tesla as soon as the Ice Golem is blocking for the Executioner and also blocking for the Ice Spirit. Then we can go and outcycle his rocket and go in for an Expo again. So if he's rocketing the Expo, then he can't rocket our towers. So even if we're not getting damage here, okay, so we do get the damage. Even if we didn't, we would eventually force him into a situation where he would have to start rocket cycling our tower. And if he didn't, then he just loses by lowest tower damage. But yeah, he has to play greedy, and then we get an Expo connection. So very important, just play offensive to beat out your opponent's counters to their offensive pushes. And then if they can't play aggressive and you have the highest tower damage, you'll just win. We go for Skellies in the back. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's happening. This guy's going to go for Bandit. So as soon as we see Bandit, we know it's going to be a bridge spam deck. Whether it's going to be P.E.K.K.A, Mega Knight, or even just standard bridge spam with nothing else, which is like Ram Rider, we have to wait and see. So he's going to have a P.E.K.K.A deck for sure after we see the Royal Ghost, eh? All right. That is going to be decent because the Royal Recruit will be able to shut down the Magic Archer. And I think that this deck is actually okay against bridge spam decks. I think that for the most part, if they clump up a lot of units, it's decent to go and drop the Royal Delivery on that. Obviously, I still think Fireball is better when they have Magic Archer, but it's still not bad. It's not terrible. So he's going to go for a P.E.K.K.A. We just want to go for Skeletons here. And maybe we can get Tesla here, Ice Spirit, and deny a lot of damage from the P.E.K.K.A. He will be able to break through and kill the Expo. I can't really spend any more elixir there, but maybe I can cycle back to another Expo and keep this Tesla alive. That's what I was hoping for. If I cycle 2 cards, I can get the Expo on the field. So I need 7 elixir to do that. Start cycling at 7 if I really want to. I'll go and do that right now. And then we have Skeletons. If he decides to spam in the opposite lane, we can just go kite it right into the Tesla with a Bandit. However, he goes for Royal Ghost first, so that's really, really good for us. And then he zaps. All right. I want to log that back. Make sure it's still in range of the Tesla. Also, guys, notice that log timing. That was pretty spicy, wasn't it? You guys saw that, right? The log hit the battle ram barbarians because it finished off the battle ram. So really, really good log timing for us. Rogue Ghost is out of cycle, so I assume the Electro Wizard's on this. That's what I would expect at least. Just gonna Ice Spirit. It's gonna be able to give us more damage on Electro, so then I won't have to respond to it. And I can maybe go in for a defensive Tesla and just stack up some Teslas and feel more comfortable that way. So if they spam into the Tesla, it gives you a lot of Elixir to go in for Xbows, because you're just going to get positive Elixir trades for days. He doesn't know that I don't. I guess he should know that I don't have Fireball by now. I'm just going to go for an Xbow opposite lane. He's going to P.E.K.K.A. The Magic Archer should just die here, right? I wonder if it just dies to the Tesla. Yeah, it does. We can Skeletons. Keep the Tesla alive and make a big push after. So we knew that the Xbow was going to fall, but we cycle back to another Xbow. And that's how you actually win these games. You just make multiple Xbow pushes. They either go in for a poison or they go in for all their bridge spam. They waste it on the first Xbow. They overcommit defending it. Then your second Xbow gets you all the value. So that's how I like playing Xbow. And this deck, because it doesn't have Fireball, it teaches you to like forcefully get all your damage from Xbow. And this is really the only way that you can. You can't just Fireball cycle because you don't have any direct damage besides the log. So we just won the game here, I believe. I mean, it could go on a little bit longer, but I believe I should just be able to go in for 2 more logs, even if he stops the Xbow right now, and walk away with the W. So GG, well played, and peace out, man. Pleasure playing against you, and I just really enjoyed this game.